think sometimes I do. Some I don't know. I try to get the music to kind of line up with the.
But firstly, it's so great to see you. It's been a
Yes.
while. It's been a while, so it's a pleasure to see your face wide awake and with us today. So I'm going to kickstart this and ask you a question that has been passed on. If you were a vegetable, what would you be and why?
This is the question that
This is the
was brought to you and said, Sarah, I've been watching it and I need to know what vegetable this man would be.
Yeah.
What vegetable?
Did you expect a deep philosophical question?
I don't know. I don't know anything but a vegetable.
Well, you can choose a fruit if you want to, or a shape. I mean, we can. I'm just.
An octagon? That's
Why do you want to be an octagon?
I don't know. Why would I want to be like any other? I don't know what. A Rubik's
We're
cube.
gonna get creative now.
A Rubik's cube. Oh, that's not really a shape, is it? A Rubik's.
Oh, so we're going shapes rather than vegetables.
No, we can still go back to vegetable. I'm just trying to think. Like, I feel like carrots are too mainstream. You know, they're like like carrots are kind of like the the golden lab of vegetables. Like everyone likes a gold. You know,
You're a golden carrot. Is that what you're calling yourself?
No, I'm just saying. I don't think I'm a carrot. I think I'm more like something. What's a festive vegetable?
Turnip.
Turnip is festive to you? What kind of sad ass holidays are you doing?
No, I'm not saying it's festive. That word came out while you were saying festive, I think, in my mind process. Do these kind of questions make you feel a bit weird and uncomfortable?
Not uncomfortable or weird. I think it's just more of like, well, what? Because then you start trying to think of different vegetables, right? I mean, you got the carrots, the broccoli, the lettuce, no one really wants to be kale. All right. But then I'm trying to think
really like kale.
Huh?
Crispy kale is good.
Yeah. Yeah, crispy kale's good. I
mean,
I enjoy kale, but no one wants to be kale,
Okay, yeah, true. Okay. So do you know what vegetable you want to be, or should we turn it to each other and I'll let you know what vegetable I think you are, and you let me know what vegetable you think I am?
Ooh, okay.
Okay. This is what happens when we haven't seen each other in 3 weeks and we're guided by the audience in terms of the conversation that we have.
Yeah. I was looking up something. Go on.
You were looking up something?
Yeah, I was but it's fine.
Okay. Am I going first to you?
Okay, yeah, you do me.
Now, what's quite interesting, what comes up is, I'm going to go for it because it's what arose. So clearly this is what my impression is to you. You've got to let me explain it to you first, okay? I'm going to say you're an onion. And an onion, because you have many layers, and each layer represents the way you show up and the type of person you are.
I'm gonna go with so onion.
Yeah, an onion. Sometimes it can be a bit soft, where it's like being not been looked after properly, like a little bit bruised. Okay. But most of the time, the perfect onion can go in any dish. Hi. Saw the wing,
Sorry. So let me ask you, is this your personal opinion or is this what the friends thought? Did your friends feel
No,
like
they haven't said anything.
they
This
haven't
is
said?
me.
Oh, okay.
Me sharing my thought. I haven't even thought about this. I haven't preempted my thought. But an onion's strong, isn't it? You know? Strong. Mystery to get a bit soft. Has many layers. Yeah.
See, I don't know why, but for some reason I keep thinking for you acorn squash. I don't know something about acorn squash.
Okay, I've never heard of acorn squash.
It's kind
Tell
of like
me.
bluish green on the outside, looks like a little pumpkin, and then on the inside,
Oh,
the squash.
I thought you meant, you know, acorns from a tree, and you were making them into squash, which is like, what would you call it?
Well, squash is a vegetable. in itself.
Yeah, but we call, oh my goodness, what's it called? You know, like juice,
Oh, like
cordial.
a
We call
juice.
that squash.
Oh, okay.
So that's where my head went when you, but now you've described it like a bluey, greeny pumpkin, like a pumpkin.
Yeah, but it's like, it's good with different things. It's good with like rice, and it looks a little like, it's not a traditional vegetable, but it's, it just needs to be used more, because it's.
We can turn a question into a deep, meaningful, philosophical.
Although I feel like I'm thinking more of the acorn than I am of you, so I'm not sure. I was really describing the egg. I mean, I was trying to like.
Oh, thanks.
Like,
I was like, I'm gonna boost your confidence, and then I'm gonna pop it.
well, I'm trying to think. So, because you're like, what vegetable travels and is never like, what vegetable can withstand a lot of different types of environments, right? So like that grows, in
Corn, about corn on the cob. Like,
you do
I'm not
corn
corn
and
breast.
cow, but not that GMO shit, right?
Yeah, many
You're
facets.
all natural, girl.
Oh, natural.
Just-
I mean, technically, every vegetable can travel now because there's this amazing thing called oh my god, what's the word? What's it called?
Planes? I don't know. What do you mean?
Not planes. When we transport things, is that the word? Transport?
Yeah, transporting.
Across board.
Not transpotting the movie with Ewan McGregor, but what?
I feel, when if you were trying to capture the mood of two people, and you kind of gave backstory that you've only just woken up, just had your coffee, so not even kicked in yet, and I'm like not good when I haven't had a good sleep, and then you put them together and have a conversation.
It's amazing.
Yeah. The question I brought to the table, it has depth if we want to go there.
I think we are going there.
We are going there slowly.
Yeah, you're the acorn squash, and I'm the onion. Together, we can make quite an interesting vegetarian stew of some sort.
I was about to say that, that's really like this is the season now for that kind of stew or soup.
Yeah,
I mean,
and maybe not everyone likes acorn squash soup with onion, but I think that if you do, you'll find that it's hearty. It'll make you feel warm inside, and
it's healthy.
Yeah, I mean, you might have to be in the mood for it, but once you do it, it's like,
oh, absolutely. And also,
like, I'm not an everyday dish. I understand that. I'm maybe once a week, maybe just a winter dish. I don't know.
Not all the time, but when you have it, it's divine.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Bit like the ripple effect. You get us once a week if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Just, it's like a weekly treat on a Friday.
Yeah.
The onion and the squash.
Yeah. You know what I really want? I want that acorn squash soup with
Acorn squash soup. Do you know we could make like a cartoon, an animation of that? I can see the characters building already.
Can you? Do you have a doodle friend that can draw that for us?
I have got a connection who does caricatures and stuff like that, so maybe I can reach out. And we're allowed one invite. We're allowed to bring one other guest into this because you can't have a stew or soup without a crusty bread, like crusty loaf.
You need something. Now, what kind of loaf would you see? I like a good sourdough,
I'm there. So we need a sourdough friend.
Yeah. And if you have your friends in Texas, you bring Texas toast. It's up to you. There you go.
We're winning. We are winning. We are going to. This is the next big thing, kids. Watch out. You are going to see a show.
Maybe some good cheese to go with that bread. Do we have any Fontaine friends out there?
Yeah. Any suggestions of potential community builders?
Yeah.
Do we need a drink with the soup? Or the stew?
A nice glass of red wine, maybe.
Oh,
like a
that route, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm there. I'm living. My mouth is salivated. Is that the right word?
That's just exhaustion, Sarah. That's just
exhaustion, Sarah. So we could open a restaurant just for that.
So this is what you have to do: to go back to your friends and ask them what type of wine, cheese, or bread they think they are, and then they'll have to come on to the show.
Absolutely, we can do that.
And then we can say, "This is the meal that we've created for our viewers."
And you are welcome to join us to complete the meal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think we got it.
Yeah.
In that time, who would have thought today that question would have led us to that?
So what should we ask our viewers then? Should we ask them to comment down below on what food now it can't be their favorite, because not everyone's pizza. As much as everyone thinks they are, they're just not. All right.
Yeah, I mean,
so.
And you're lying. If you call yourself pizza, you don't have that many toppings. You can only be one ingredient.
Yeah.
So you're either the flour. That's where I stopped because I couldn't remember what else needs to go into the dough. So I just stopped at flour.
It depends on what type of dough you're making.
Yeah.
And then what type?
We're not making pizza. We're making bread. Oh no! Hang on. I've just wiped out the community there. I went straight back to our conversation. Apologies. Yes. So question. The question is to leave your answer in the comment box. Is what food or what? Yeah, we need. Do we need to keep it in the theme? We do really, don't we?
I think it needs to stay in the theme. Otherwise, what would be the point?
Yeah. What
kind of car do you think you are? Wait, no.
Well, because to get to our restaurant, you need transport. So we might have an aeroplane.
You're a Prius. No, I'm just. You're.
So the question is, if you were a vegetable / food. No, I think should we stick to no? Let's branch it out. If you were a vegetable / food, what would you be? Do we put Y with it?
Yeah, we could do Y. Let's do Y. Why? Why do you think?
Why? Your vegetable, your chosen vegetable or food, and why? Okay, we're going deep here. And if you don't put Y, you won't be mentioned in the next episode.
That's right. Literally comparing apples and oranges here, people. Because that's a food. a fruit or.
Oh, do you prefer an apple or an orange? That's the question.
I think it depends on the time of year.
Oh, you're very. Are you seasonal? Are you a seasonal man?
I'm reasonable, meaning I will.
I'm seasonable and I'm seasonable.
I will eat when it's ripe, or like just pour ripe. I don't want something that's transported just all the way over here, just so I could have an orange in like the worst time for oranges.
Yeah.
I want the local,
I'm all for local. All for local. I'm surrounded by orchards here, and in the orchards, you get, depending on the season, obviously, apples, pears, cherries, and plums. Sometimes strawberries. Yeah.
This is your family's house?
Not our farms, but where my family's home is, we're surrounded by
Orchards?
Orchards. Yeah.
You grew up surrounded by orchards?
Yeah.
What a horrible childhood you had.
It was horrible.
Must have been rough. Every
The
morning
worst
waking up and just
childhood.
fresh fruit from the.
It's been a nightmare, absolute nightmare of childhood. I mean, who just, if only I could change it, being able to walk down, being surrounded by nature, we have to be grateful.
We are.
Have a roof over our heads, and wherever we are from. Okay, whatever our childhoods.
In an orchard surrounding the house.
I'm not in an orchard, and I'm not, like, when I say surrounding, like the village, I mean like the community. And then around us are the orchards. Like, my house isn't surrounded by it.
No, I pictured like all your neighbors had orchards and you guys were just like the one house that didn't have one, but it was surrounded by. I don't know.
No, but I should have let that like continue.
Just you should just let that picture sit in. It's okay.
Sorry that
you ruined your childhood for me, so it's fine.
Way back to reality, let's be serious.
What kind of fruit do you want to be?
So guys, you need to tell us what you are as a vegetable. What do you represent in life? And why? The important part of that is why.
I'm trying to think of some so I call like carrots and broccoli and celery like white people food because it's so generic. I want variety, and especially around here it's hard to find variety.
Okay, the weirder your choice, the better, I reckon. Let's see how weird it gets.
I know. Can you think of any, like, I'm trying to think of, are water chestnuts technically a vegetable? I guess it's not really a fruit. It's a plant.
Hang on, I'm just gonna, because I don't. What's a water chestnut?
Have you ever had like ramen soup? A little crunchy thing, like little. If you never had water chestnut, you should definitely try them out.
Okay.
They're nice to add. They're not like. They don't have like a lot of flavor.
Should I tell you a
Yeah.
fun fact?
I love
It's an aquatic vegetable.
It's an aquatic vegetable?
Yeah. Aquatic.
Well, it is called a water chestnut. I guess that makes sense.
That grows. It grows in marshes, underwater, and in the mud.
Yeah. They're not.
Yeah.
And then I get them when they're already like sliced up and put in the can and just throw it into the ramen soup. But it adds a nice crunch to it. It's got a nice texture. Yeah, not good. Not crazy with flavors, but It's a texture
Yes.
vegetable.
Is it one that you could put into the stew?
Yeah, you could.
The squash and the onion? Or is that too much? Is that a lot going on?
There might be a lot going on.
Okay, we'll keep it simple.
I don't know.
Because that's also a big message out there. Don't overcomplicate things.
Yeah, don't. All right. All right. So I know we're running on time here. So we will leave it to the commenters to add to our personality feast.
Personality, I like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, welcome to the world of Nathan and Sarah. And this is just how we flow.
Yeah.
So don't forget to leave your vegetable/food and your why in the comment box below.
And we'll see you next week.